You are a lion cub, minutes old, blind and wet in the long Serengeti grass. Your mother licks you clean, then slips away to hunt, leaving you hidden and alone. Level 1. Newborn Cub. You begin at the very bottom of the African lion pride, the smallest life it holds, counted by no one until you prove you can survive the grass. Newborn weight: 1.5 kilograms. You weigh almost nothing, a scrap of fur your mother could carry gently in her mouth. Staying hidden and silent is the only skill keeping you alive. Your eyes are sealed shut. For your first week, you cannot see the savannah at all, only smell your mother and feel the warmth where she lay against you. Eyes open. 7 to 11 days. Somewhere around your 7th day, the world cracks open, blue and blurred. Even then, you are helpless, unable to walk far or keep up with the pride. Your mother keeps you away from the pride for weeks, carrying you between hiding places one at a time, so no scent trail leads a predator to the litter. Litter size: 1 to 4 cubs. You are one of a litter, maybe 2 of you, maybe 4. The more of you there are, the more you compete, and the more likely some of you vanish. A spotted hyena crosses the grass a stone's throw away, nose working the air. You freeze by pure instinct, silent, while it chases a scent it only half caught. Almost everything out here can end you. To the animals that hunt the young, a hidden lion cub is nothing but soft, slow, undefended meat. You cry for milk, and your mother returns, letting you and your siblings suckle. In a pride, lionesses often nurse each other's cubs without any favoritism. Survive first year, 1 and 2, but the odds are brutal. Of every lion cub born, only about half live to see a first birthday, and far fewer survive to grow up. Cold nights, a missed feeding, a mother who never comes back. You do not need a predator to die out here. The grass alone can take you quietly. A leopard drags its own kill into a tree nearby, close enough that you hold still for an hour. Out here, even the neighbors would eat you. When you finally survive the hidden weeks, your mother carries you toward the pride. Grown lions lift their heads and stare at the small thing arriving. Level 2. Weaned Cub. You climb 1 rung. You are older now, weaned off milk and running with the pride. But at every kill, you are still the last mouth that matters. You wrestle your littermates in the shade, biting, pouncing, tumbling over each other. It looks like play, but every ambush you rehearse now is a hunt you will need later. You still cannot bring down prey. You shadow the lionesses to their kills and wait, learning the shape of the hunt long before you can ever join it. The pride pulls down a wildebeest and tears in. You push toward the meat, and an adult snarls you off. At the carcass, you eat last, if anything remains. There is a strict order to the carcass, and you sit at the bottom of it. Dominant males first, then the lionesses who hunted, and only then, the cubs. You lie in the grass with your siblings, watching the adults gorge on meat you cannot reach. Your belly aches, and you learn what patience really costs. Cubs lost in famine, up to 8 in 10. When prey is scarce, this order kills. In hard seasons, the youngest cubs simply starve, given up, so the adults who can still hunt survive the drought. You learn to read the pride, who tolerates you and who does not, when to approach a resting adult and when to flatten yourself low and disappear. A buffalo herd thunders past, and the ground shakes beneath you. One day these animals will be food, but today, a single kick would break you in half. Your endless games are not idle. Every pounce, every stalk across your sister's back is your body teaching itself the only trade a lion will ever have. You try your first real stalk on a ground bird, creeping low, and rush too early. It bursts away into the sky, and you learn that timing is everything. You survive on scraps and patience, growing into your oversized paws. Slowly, the pride stops treating you as a burden and starts treating you as one of its own. You sleep in a heap of half-grown cubs while the lionesses keep watch. For the first time, the pride feels less like a danger and more like home. Level 3. Subadult Lioness. You cross a threshold most cubs never reach. You are a young lioness now, nearly grown, and this pride is the only home you will ever need. Unlike your brothers, you will stay. Female lions remain in their birth pride for life, and the lionesses around you are your mother, your aunts, and your sisters. What looks like a lazy sisterhood is really a coordinated killing team. They lie draped over each other like they have nowhere to be. But this is the core of the pride, the unit that feeds everyone, and you must earn your place. You join your first real hunts at the edges, learning to fan out, to circle downwind, to wait in cover while the others drive prey toward your line. Hunt success. About 1 in 4 attempts. Hunting is mostly failure. Even skilled lionesses miss far more than they catch, and as a beginner you botch the timing again and again and go hungry. You mistime a rush and a zebra bolts, the whole ambush collapsing around you. The older lionesses do not scold you. You watch how they move and try again. You are lighter and faster than the males of your pride, built for the chase rather than the brawl. And speed is the weapon you will spend your life sharpening. You test your legs on the open plain, hitting full stride for a few blazing seconds. A lion can burst to nearly 80 kilometers an hour, but never for long. Top speed, 80 kilometers per hour. That speed is everything, and it is brief. You cannot outrun prey over distance, so the whole hunt is built on getting close before you ever explode from cover. You practice the stalk endlessly, freezing when heads lift, flowing forward when they drop. The plains are full of eyes, and a lion seen too soon eats nothing. Then it happens. You bring down a young gazelle on your own, jaws on its throat, heart hammering, and something ancient in you finally clicks into place. The older lionesses accept you into the hunting line now. You are no longer following the pride. You are becoming part of what keeps the pride alive. You stand at dusk with your sisters, lean and fast and finally useful. Every mouth in this pride, from the cubs to the great male, will soon depend on you. Level 4. Nomad male. Now the story splits. Had you been born male, this is where home ends, cast out to wander alone long before you could ever hope to rule. At 2 or 3 years old, the pride turns on its young males. The resident male drives you out, because one day you would challenge him for everything he holds. Males evicted, 2 to 3 years old. You leave the only ground you have ever known. From here you are a nomad, landless and unprotected, living one of the most dangerous lives a lion can have. You rarely leave alone. You go with your brothers, forming a coalition because 2 or 3 young males together survive far better than one wandering the savannah. Everything is against you now. You must hunt for yourself with no pride, cross land owned by bigger males, and avoid the fights that could easily kill you. You trespass onto another coalition's territory, and their roars roll across the dark. You retreat fast. To be caught here by the owners would mean a fight to the death. Without a pride to hunt for you, you learn to kill smaller, easier prey, dragging down warthogs and young antelope, often going days on an empty stomach. Nomad survival. Low. Many males never survive these wandering years. The nomad life is where most of them die, worn down by hunger, untreated wounds, and stronger, better-fed lions. But you are growing. Your body fills out, your mane darkens and spreads across your shoulders, and the size that once made you a target becomes a weapon of your own. You and your brothers hunt together, sleep back to back, and guard each other's kills. Alone, you would already be dead. Together, you are becoming something to fear. To the prides you pass, you look like a ragged drifter with nowhere to go. In truth, you are a king in waiting, quietly measuring every male you meet. You stop running and start watching, circling prides at a distance, weighing their males, reading which ones are aging, scarred, or holding on by a thread. Somewhere out there is a pride whose king has finally grown weak enough to take. You and your brothers turn toward it, and your wandering years begin to end. Level 5. Hunting Lioness. Return to the pride and rise. You are a lioness in her prime, the engine of the whole hierarchy, the one who turns living prey into meat for everyone. You do most of the killing. Across the pride, it is the lionesses who bring down the great majority of prey, while the males guard the borders and rest. Alone, you are dangerous. Together, you are lethal, running a coordinated hunt where some of you flush the herd and others wait hidden to close the ambush. Each lioness has a role. The wings on the edges drive the prey inward, while the center lies in wait to make the kill when the panic runs their way. You lock onto a wildebeest, explode from cover, and drag it down by the hindquarters while a second lioness clamps its throat and holds until it goes still. Bite force, 650 pounds per square inch. You kill by suffocation, clamping the windpipe shut until the animal stops. Your jaws close with enough force to crush bone and hold prey far heavier than you. You hunt at dawn, at dusk, and deep in the dark, when the heat drops and your night eyes outmatch your preys. After sundown, the savanna belongs to you. Buffalo weight: up to 900 kilograms. The biggest prey can kill you. A Cape buffalo outweighs you many times over, and its horns and hooves send lions to their graves every single year. You and the pride mob, a lone buffalo, darting in and springing back from the horns. This is the most dangerous meat on the plain, and you fight for it anyway. A horn catches your flank and opens a gash, but you hold on. Out here, a serious wound can mean a slow death, and still you do this again and again. When the kill is finally down, the great male shoulders in and eats first. You did the work, you bleed from the buffalo's horn, and still you wait your turn. What looks like living off lazy males is really fed by the lionesses. From a distance, the pride looks like it lives off the sleeping males. In truth, it lives off you, off the lionesses who chase and kill in the heat. This is the bargain of the pride. Your speed feeds them all, and the male's size holds the territory that lets your cubs live long enough to grow up. Level 6. Lead Lioness. You rise above your sisters. You are the lead lioness now, oldest and most experienced, the living memory and the quiet decision-making of the entire pride. There is no crowned queen in a pride, but there is you. The others take their lead from you on when to hunt, where to drink, and which fights to avoid. They follow because you know things. You remember the droughts, the water that lasts, the crossings where prey funnels down, knowledge no young lioness carries yet. You know this territory to its farthest edges, every scent line, every shortcut. When the pride is lost or starving, it is your memory that finds the next meal. Pride size: 3 to 30 lions. You hold this whole group together, and it can be large. A pride may run from a handful of lions to as many as 30 when the land is rich with prey. You defend your cubs and your sister's cubs as if they were all your own, driving off hyenas that circle the pride and snarling down anything that nears the young. Lion and hyena. Constant. Your oldest enemies are spotted hyenas, and the hatred runs both ways. Lions and hyenas kill each other's young and steal each other's kills across the whole savanna. A clan of hyenas gathers at your kill, whooping, testing your numbers. You hold the line with your sisters, because losing this carcass means the cubs go hungry tonight. Reaching old age, rare. You have lived long to reach this, and that itself is rare. Most lions die young, and every scar on your body is a fight you somehow survived. In the dry season, you lead the pride kilometers to a waterhole only you remember, and the whole line trusts you enough to follow into the shimmering heat. The young lionesses watch how you hunt, how you read the wind and the herd. Without saying anything, you are handing down everything the pride knows to survive. You feel the change before the others do. Strange males are testing the borders at night, and you know exactly what that will mean for every cub in the grass. You gather the cubs closer and watch the horizon. Your reign of knowledge cannot stop what is coming. Only the pride's males can, if they are strong enough. Level 7. Coalition male. Cross back to the male path near its peak. You are a coalition male now, one of the brothers who fought their way in and seized a pride by force. You did not inherit any of this. You and your brothers challenged the old males, drove them off or beat them down, and claimed the females and the land. Coalition size: 2 to 4 males. You rarely rule alone. Males band into coalitions of 2 to 4, usually brothers, because more males mean a longer and far safer hold on a pride. Your job is not the hunt. You patrol the borders, scent marking and roaring into the dark, warning every rival that this ground and these females are taken. Roar range: 8 kilometers. That roar is a weapon. A lion's roar carries up to 8 kilometers across the plains, telling every rival exactly how large and how many you are. When you first took the pride, you did something brutal. You hunted down and killed the cubs of the males before you, cubs that carried none of your blood. Male tenure: 2 to 3 years. It is cold arithmetic. Killing those cubs brings the lionesses back into season so your own bloodline can begin quickly. before your short reign inevitably runs out. The lionesses fight you to protect their young, and some cubs slip away. But you are bigger, and in the end, most of the old bloodline is erased from the pride. You eat first at every kill, though your brothers hunted none of it. Your size is the rent the pride pays, and you take the largest share without apology. You and your brothers trade the hunt for the fight. The lionesses provide the food, and you provide the muscle that keeps a stronger coalition from taking it all. You share the pride with your brothers, an uneasy alliance of equals. Together you are strong, but each of you watches the other when the females come into season. At night, you answer distant roars with your own, brothers standing shoulder to shoulder. Somewhere out there, younger coalitions are already measuring you, waiting for you to weaken. Your reign is loud, and it is short. Every season you hold costs you, and one day a stronger younger pair of brothers will come to take it all. Level 8. Pride Male. You reach the very top of the pride. You are the dominant male, the alpha, the dark-maned lion whose face becomes the whole image of this land. Alpha male weight, up to 250 kilograms. You are the largest cat on the savannah, built not to chase, but to fight and to hold. Everything below you exists inside the territory that you defend. Your mane is your resume. Its size and its darkness advertise your strength and your health, and rival males read it from across the plain long before any fight. What looks like sleeping all day is really saving strength for war. You sleep up to 20 hours a day and look like the laziest thing alive. But you are hoarding every ounce of strength for the border patrols and the wars ahead. At the kill, the whole pride waits on you. You feed first, you claim the shade you want, and even the lead lioness gives ground when you rise and move. Wild male lifespan. 10 to 14 years. Even at the summit, your time is measured in a few short years. A wild male rarely holds a pride for long before age, and rivals bring him down. When another coalition finally comes for your pride, you meet them head-on. These fights are enormous and often fatal, mane against mane, and you may die where you stand. You are not fighting for yourself alone. You are the wall between a rival's teeth and every cub in the grass, and if you fall, most of them fall with you. One day you will lose. Younger, stronger males will arrive, and you will be driven off wounded to wander and die, the same way you once took this pride. But not yet. For now, you stand on the rise at dawn, your roar answering the dark, your bloodline running through every cub hidden in the grass below. The lionesses rest, the cubs tumble, your brothers patrol the line. The whole pride bends quietly around your presence, and for this brief season, the land is yours. This is the ladder of the lion pride, from the blind cub hidden in the grass to the king on the rise. Every rank feeds the next, and almost none of it lasts. You were born at the bottom, worth nothing to the hierarchy. If you survived every level, you end here, king of a kingdom that will outlive you by only a few years.